Parallel lines and perpendicular lines are often confused, and so let's talk about the differences between parallel and perpendicular lines. So parallel lines are like these, where they would have the same slope as each other, and they would never intersect if drawn in the coordinate plane. If you were to express parallel lines algebraically, you would see equations something like this, where if you were to write them in slope-intercept form, you could have one equation, something like this, where it could be like y is equal to 3x plus 1. And then you could have another line like this, y is equal to 3x plus 5, for example. And we can see with lines like these, they would be parallel to each other because they would share the same slope, but they would have different y-intercepts. They would never intersect and never overlap, and then they would, because of that, be parallel. Now we can look at a different type of situation with perpendicular lines. These would hit at a right angle, and with the right angle, if you were to think about perpendicular lines, the relationship of slopes of perpendicular lines is that they're negative reciprocals of each other. Meaning if you had the slope of one of these lines as, for example, 3, you could get the slope of the other line that would be perpendicular to it by taking the number 3, taking its reciprocal, making that 1/3, and then taking the negative value of that. So the negative reciprocal would be the slope of the line perpendicular to this other one. So just remember that very important relationship when it comes to the slopes of perpendicular lines.